Hi, Taurus. This is your November monthly reading. So, this will be from November 1st to November 30th, 2020. I hope that these times have been okay for you. My apologies for it's a little dark right now. It's still early, but it's kind of dark, so I had to light a few candles and put on two lights in the background so that it, would be seemingly just a little bit lighter. All right, so let's see what energies come through for you for the month of November. I am doing this on November 1st, so I mean, it will be good. At least I'm not late. I still have other signs to do. All right. All right. Let's see. All right, Taurus. So the card you have underneath is the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups will be water signs like Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces elements, as would be underneath here. It is also a wish card, so wishes will be met with this person. But I get this idea of their taxes or some type of information that belongs to them. It could be their taxes, it could be their pay. I also get emotional support. It could be their taxes, their pay, or their emotional support. So if they're like a life partner or they're like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, something is working out in your favor in terms of money that they collect that may be intertwined with your information, whereas you'll be able to benefit from whatever it is that they're getting, especially if it's tax or income related. If they're your partner or they're your family member of some kind as well, too. So I also get this idea of them requiring your information as well. So if you're going to be in a partnership with one of the water signs, it needs to be equal, and equal in the sense where tax, if you feel like you're tax dependent with this person or vice versa, there still needs to be some type of equality with your information and theirs. And when I say that too, I get this idea of rent and pay and mortgage and those kind of things, insurance and those kind of things that you may have intertwined with the external water sign. So there may be a need to pick up work, there may be a need to pick up another job, maybe three, just as much as you can handle in order to support the water sign, vice versa. Okay, so whereas I'm not saying that you may be dependent on the water sign, but whereas so that you can have some source or some kind of independence, if they're not around or if you don't have access to their information, you want to at least obtain some kind of independence from something that they have, okay, or something that they've worked hard for. The starting point has the High Priestess, Queen of Intuition. This could resonate with you, of course. I get Pisces. It's giving me the Pisces. Could be using their intuition. I get your whereabouts. A Pisces could be using their intuition about your whereabouts, or it's a Cancer or it's a Scorpio that could be using their intuition about pretty much what I just explained with information and taxes and tax dependency and being independent with pay and jobs, etc. I also get this idea of telling someone that you are working or telling someone that you changed jobs, telling someone that you're making more money or you've accepted an opportunity somewhere else, etc. Something may not be true along those lines with some type of opportunity that you're trying to tell someone that you got. I mean, the water sign energy could be the water sign energy may be telling you something similar, but theirs is factual. So when I say that too, theirs is factual. Whatever it is that the water sign energy is trying to tell you is factual. If you're trying to explain something, to them about work or working or having jobs or having more than one job, partly true. When I say that too, it's something about it is partly true that you are explaining to the water sign. I also get this idea of no longer being able to be a tax dependent person. So if you are dependent on someone else's taxes, and that can be no longer, or if they're dependent on yours, that may be no longer, or that can be no longer, because someone may need to find work, or you need to find another opportunity, or you need to at least find something that you can, like an internship or something that you can at least feel productive in, whereas so that you would no longer need to be or be categorized as being a dependent alongside the water sign energy as well. They may introduce you an opportunity that you can take up. If you're dealing with this kind of situation, they may come in and say, I think you should work there. I think you should take information elsewhere. I think you should take some type of information elsewhere. And taking information elsewhere could be verbal information, or taking information elsewhere could be document information, because where they may observe you to be applying for something that you're either not very qualified for, or you are. Some places say that you're too qualified. You're either not qualified enough, or that's why it's a Nine of Cups energy underneath. So if it's not a water sign energy, particularly that you're interacting with in this way, it's someone is just explaining to you that you're using intuition, that someone's just explaining to you that you may not be qualified enough for a particular position, and that you may need to look elsewhere. Or that could just be something that the water sign energy keeps trying to explain to you, or they want to explain to you. But I have the expertise. So the intuition card is, I have the expertise. You're explaining to someone, I went to school for this, I got my degree for that, I have a master's in this, I have a PhD in that. It just depends on what's going on. I took the classes in this, I have these skills, I have whatever it is, that you're trying to explain to someone, and they may believe you, or they believe you, or you don't believe. They could be explaining this to you, you don't believe them, or you partly do, or something that you're explaining to them that you're experiencing is partly true, and the other half of it may not be, okay? The wedding position has the Knight of Cups. So like I said, you are dealing with water sign. Like I just explained, the water sign energy coming in. It's a Knight, so I would deem them to be coming in with, I would deem them to be coming in to you with some type of information. I also get something about it's a passport, or something is resume related, some type of document. So it's a passport, it's an ID, or it's a what do you call it? Or it's a resume, or I get a copy. It's a copy of a resume. So it could be your resume that they're coming in with. It could be their resume that they're trying to show you. It could be their resume that they're trying to show you. So if you're responsible for hiring or working with someone, they could be coming in with their information but isn't needed. They could be coming in with their information, but you deem their information not be needed. Or you are interacting, they're coming in, you're interacting with them, and they're just showing you a copy of their resume. But either the idea of it not being needed is that someone may be qualified enough. Someone may be qualified enough for something that they may not necessarily need to show. They may not necessarily need to show you their resume for. That's one. Or something's going on with you. They're trying to show you a copy of their resume so that how they got hired. They're trying to show you a copy of their resume so that they could show you how they got hired for a particular position. So for example, they're trying to show you, this is how your resume should be structured. This is what belongs on it. This is what needs to come off. So if their resume is pristine, that I can understand that is where they would be able to come in and tell you, you may not be getting hired there because of the order, because your resume is not in reverse chronological order, etc. Whatever. They're just trying to explain that to you, vice versa. But listen to them. So when I said it too, you may want to listen to them, or they need to listen to you. I feel like they're fine. I feel like they're trying to show you how to fix something so that you do get a particular job, or you get a particular internship that you are seeking. They're just trying to show you how to fix your resume and how to get things done. I was also getting this intertwined with a passport, so there may be an opportunity for you, there may be an opportunity for you to travel outside of your country in terms of a passport, and it could be something that you're just trying to get ready for like next year. If it's something that you feel you can't do now, you know what I mean. The Six of Wands energy is in the present. The Six of Wands could be fire signs like Aries, Leo, and Sag elements that may be here. I get this idea of opportunist. Like the Six of Wands could be fire sign energies you deem to be opportunists. Like an opportunist, like with an IST at the end. So opportunist or something that's going on, you could be, somebody may be deeming you to be that way, or it's the water sign that you may have that kind of idea about in terms of being opportunist as either opportunity or, but I was getting the idea of opportunist using intuition that someone is, you know, or someone may be, or someone may deem you to be. It just depends on what's going on there, you know. But opportunists would be just interacting with people just interacting with random people that they're working in a position that you really want to be in, or they work in an environment that you really want to be in. So what's happening with that is that you could be really, it's like you could be putting yourself on a pedestal in a means to look good to someone that is in a hiring process, or that is in an environment like a I'm trying to give an example. Like say you go to like a community garden, or like a what do you call those places? Like a studio, you know, and you really like you may be trying to big up yourself in a means to look good to people that may be running the business in those situations, in a studio and like in a community garden, in a music industry internship. I'm just giving examples of environments that you possibly could be inserting yourself into in terms of at least trying to obtain or get in and get some type of opportunity. But someone is trying to train you into what is, if you are coming off that way in that environment, someone is trying to explain to you that this is what these people are going to be looking for. So it would be, they're trying to tell you it would be wise for you to refine yourself in this area before you put yourself on a pedestal or put yourself on display to these people or this group of people. But don't understand also. So when I said to you, may not understand that, or someone is trying to explain something to you and something that you've explained to them prior, they misconstrued. Something that you explained to them prior about what you're trying to do, they may have misconstrued. You may have misconstrued. Okay. The future has the King of Pentacles. This could be your energy or external earth sign energies that are males. Your instincts has a Taurus female. This could be you. That could be another Taurus female. All right. So you've got a lot of earthy energy. That could also be Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be. That could be you. Or you're just thinking about a Taurus female energy that is in your environment. They could be a friend or partner, family member, a friend, whatever it is that they are to you. But works in an industry that you want to be in. So when I say that, they work in an industry that you want to be in, whatever that means to you. So it could be education, it could be nursing, whatever kind of occupation they have, you want to do it. You're not there yet, but they're in it. Whatever that means. You know, they work in an industry you want to be in. Whatever the industry may be. You know, whatever it is. Use your intuition. You could be using your intuition about them. You know what I mean? Using intuition about them, or you using your expertise. You're using your intuition about their expertise, whatever that means to you. Something that's going on with their expertise in a position, or something that they did to get into the industry that you deem the industry that they're in, that you deem yourself to be wanting to be in that same industry. You're using your intuition into how they got there. You know, however it is that they got there. Somebody, I don't know, somebody could have slept their way into something. You know, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that literally. Someone could have, but spoke a good game. Someone could have really spoke, you know, what's it called when you speak a good game to people in the industry in order to get some type of particular opportunity. Like speaking your way through the game is like really, what do you call that? There's a term for it. It's like talking good game, I think, is the right way for it. They spit a good game. They talk a good game with people in the industry that you're saying you want to work in, that they're in already. Whatever that is. They talk a good game, or it's you. It could be you that someone is observing, that you may talk a good game. And that's how you were able to get into some type of what do you call it? How you were able to get some type of opportunity. You know, whatever the opportunity is, spitting a good game, talking a good game, you know. But I keep being drawn to the resume, or a resume needing to be created or refined. Something needs to be refined, right? And it could be like business, like opening up a business, because something could be related about that, or something. There's an alleyway. There's going down the alleyway to opening up a business. There's an extension of opening up there's an extension of opening up a business that requires you a certain expertise, that requires you to have a certain expertise. So it's you or it's them that has it, and you want the ends on how they were able to quickly. You want the ends on how someone external was able to obtain something so quickly. You deem them to be obtaining something quickly into some type of business, into some extension of how a business is orchestrated, or the foundations of a business that they do have, how they were able to obtain that so quickly, right? Whatever it is. The Wheel of Fortune energy is in the accomplishment right next to the High Priestess. So the Wheel of Fortune would mean it's a destiny card. Opportunity is a destiny card because of an opportunity that you're trying to get, or you got, or something about it. It's really using your intuition that something is going to end with it or start with it. That's why the wheel is right next to the High Priestess with the Knight of Cups energy. So it's either going to start, or it's going to end, or it's going to slow down. Whatever it is, it's going to happen with it. You know, or it's going to get initiated. You know, you're thinking that it is, or it is not. It just depends on why. But it's circulating around the fact of, it's circulating around the idea of the water sign coming in and refining something for you. And it could just be structure. It could just be resume structure. It could just be expertise. It could just be whatever it is. Education. There may be something missing education-wise on a resume. You know, something about it, like a training, or like a those kind of things. Like a training needs to be seen. Like professional developments need to be seen on a resume, or in a particular section of a resume or a portfolio. That's why the water sign energy is coming in. So one element about this is that something that you could have already started is going well, but somebody noticed something. It's something that you could have already started, is going well, but somebody noticed something along the lines of whatever it is that you're working in. They noticed something about it going well, or some part of something that you are doing may be going well, but it's still missing a skill. It's still missing a vital skill. It's still missing, or you're missing a skill. Some type of skill needs to be refined. As simple as that. So you could be on the outside looking into that's happening to another Taurus female, or that's the water sign is coming in. They noticed the water sign energy is coming in, and they notice something that is happening around you like that, or it's another Taurus, or it's another King of Pentacles energy. So you could have gotten on the phone with someone and they explained that to you, or they called you and they said, I noticed this, that, and the third about him or her, if it's not happening to you. Or they called you and said you need to do this, that, and the third in order to get this fixed for this position or this opportunity. You know? But one element about it is that you may either not understand, or you do, and they're trying to clarify why something is needed. Like the way they're asking for it, they're trying to clarify why it's needed. Because the confusion with the High Priestess next to the Wheel of Fortune, the confusion is surrounding the fact that you've or may have already been working somewhere for a while already, or you've already taken up an opportunity and you're like, oh, okay, it's good, I'm in. But something may have something about the hiring process or the opportunity, somebody that did accept something that you did, they may have overlooked the fact that something is missing, and that could also be why the water sign energy is coming in the way that they are. Okay, that's why the intuition is next to the Wheel of Fortune. Oh man, the Ten of Swords is in the spiritual self, right next to the Knight of Cups energy. So the Ten of Swords is in the spiritual self. It may not necessarily be, and it's a little safe when it's in the spiritual self. If it was outside of the spiritual self, it would be, it would be more, I would say, it would be more, fire would be up under it more, I guess. But it's in the spiritual self, so it means that it's more existential, I guess, if you want to say. So it's only here. That means that it's either in your inside metaphorically, it's inside mentally, but it's changeable. If it was outside, it would be, more, like I said, existential. But it's right next to the Knight of Cups energy, right? The mentality has the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands could be a child or a younger person that you're working with, or that another Taurus works with, or they work alongside. So it could be a fire sign that's younger than you, could be a child that's younger than you, or a child that they have, or a co-worker that they have, whatever it is. And they're in the mentality with them, Someone could have to leave work early because of a child as well. But the Page of Wands is giving me an idea of training. So someone may still need some type of training. Like you deem someone to need some type of training still, or you need some type of training still. That's why the Page of Wands energy is in the mentality with your energy. A type of training, a type of refinement of a skill. A study that needs to be taken, a class that needs to be taken. Right? Something like that. But if it's not that, then the Page of Wands could also be a co-worker that is here, a co-worker that also, something's going on with a co-worker, higher seat, a co-worker that may have a higher seat in a workplace or an organization. Like they may be younger, or they may be in the same age group as you, but they're showing up like a page, but they're also in a higher position than you, but doesn't do well. So when I say that too, they don't do well with something that they do, but they may be in a higher position than you. And that could be the Ten of Swords next to the Knight of Cups. You may be confused as to why someone is spotting out something that you're doing, or they're telling you that you need to take off to take care of this training or this skill, when someone that's younger than you in the same age group they're in a higher position, and you deem them to not be doing well in it. Whatever that means. And not doing well in it could be, I'll give you an example. Someone could be a head teacher for something. They could be a head teacher. You could be like an assistant, or a para, or like a what do you call it? An assistant, a para, what's another situation of just a regular helper, an after school counselor, etc. But they may be like a head teacher. But I keep getting, they don't do well. Someone could be a head teacher, but they don't do well in it. Or they're a head operator, they're a head nurse, they're a head, what's another random job that somebody could be a head in? I don't know, they're a professor. They're what's it called? What's another situation? They're that you could be head in, head nurse, head teacher, head whatever. They're just ahead of something, but they may have completed school, but they may not be doing well still, if that's the case. I mean, even if somebody completed school, they still may not be doing well. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. It's the quality of a person, that's the quality of a person's spirit really that attributes to them doing well in a career for a long period of time or not. And that may be resonating with them or somebody else that you're tied to, that you observe. What's changing is a Death card, the sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio elements, that's why I said there could be Scorpio here as well too, along with like Cancer and Spice. I almost said Spices, Cancer and Pisces elements. But it's a death card. Isn't changing, resolve the issue. You could have resolved an issue with a water sign. Could have resolved. I see what's happening here. Somebody coming in, if it's like a water sign energy, somebody coming in and telling you that you, say for example, you've been working somewhere long enough. Say you've been working somewhere long enough for like years or however long you've been working somewhere, or just a couple of months. You may be doing something well, but someone else that is in the environment may be younger than you, and they, something about a skill that they have may be more refined, or it's not, but they may not do well in it, or you observe that they don't, but voice that. So when I said that to you, you could have voiced that, and that could also be why that could also be why someone is coming to you and examining something that you have, or examining a position that you're in. It could be because of something that you said or you voiced about someone else in the same industry, whatever it is. Whatever it is. It could be acting, and it could be acting, whatever kind of work. It could be store manager versus it could be like a store manager versus like a team member, or store member, like a regular store member, if it's not like a manager, and something could be happening there. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is this? The Temperance card is here. Oh, Jesus, I dropped it. Hold on a second. Alright, so the Temperance card is here. That's a sign of Sag. And the Sag is there going towards the King of Pentacles energy. So the King of Pentacles, like I said, could be you. That could be another earth sign that's a male. Then a Sag is here. I did say Six of Wands energy with the Sag. Could be resonating with the Sag element. You may be talking to them about something. You may be asking them. You may be asking them about work, or working from home, or working outside of the home, or like working somewhere. Period. They could be like a mentor or a parent or a friend to you, or another coworker. You know. With the Page of Wands and the mentality with your energy, or an external Taurus female that's there as well. Could be like a younger, the Page of Wands could be a Sag that is younger, or they're older and they're showing up like a page. It just depends on what's going on, you know. Or it's just Temperance going towards your energy, or that of an external King of Pentacles. And something could be going on with if they're really separate, something's going on with an opportunity that they were able to obtain. And you may want to do the same type of work that they do if they don't work in the same industry as you. You know? Okay. Alright. Let's do an outcome. These are Eternal Tarot cards. They are based in Egyptian, you're dealing with, Egyptian artistry, Hebrew lettering, and symbolism. Okay. Alright, so I'm not even going to say that word. Testimony. So you have testimony in the outcome. All right, so testimony would be, the testimony is giving me the idea of saving a position, or saving a job position, or trying to save a position of some kind, trying to save it, or at least figure out what is going on with it as to perfect it and refine it. So if it's skill related, if it's a class related, training related, that's mainly what is coming through here. Then in the beginning, you had all that happening with the tax dependency and whatever else was going on there. But the idea of that coming in is so that you could be more independent with something that you do. And someone may deem you to be a little dependent. Slightly you are, or you are not. It just depends on what's going on. All right, Taurus, that's your reading. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know where to find me. Be well. Take care. Bye.